Guardian and protector to the Countess of Bruma, my lady.
Leave us. Come forward, Guardian. Or should I say... Dragonborn. I summoned you here because I wanted to see you up close, in the flesh, to look upon your face.
Man, you're fucking tall. Don't have vampire eyes, though. Then look.
Please do not tell me you are just like the rest of them, play acting the good, high and mighty champion of the poor, downtrodden. Good does not always mean right, but you of all people should know that, if you call yourself a person. What are you, a half-breed or half-beast?
I am what I am.
You're a product of your environment, nothing more, nothing less. You are what you are, a cold, instinctive killer who would take more notice of a pain in your little finger than the destruction of a whole entire nation. We are one and the same, you and I.
The hell does that mean? We are nothing alike, lady.
Don't make me laugh. You are the epitome of hypocrisy. How many dragons have you slain to become what you are now? How many of their souls have you violated and sucked into your essence to attain your power? Far more than I. A soul is a soul, Dragon Slayer. It matters not from whom you take it, but the very act itself. How many men, women, and children have you slaughtered without a blink of an eye? Or a remorseful back glance at some poor wretch you left lying in the snow in a pool of their own blood?
I don't kill children.
Yet you are already judge, jury, and executioner because of some entitled moral high ground? You killed my children, Dragon Slayer. My brood. Did they not have a right to live, to grow, and to multiply? Yet you took it upon yourself to execute them all, not content having saved your ward. And with true righteous bigotry, you delivered the sentence of death where you had no legal right, leaving them lying in their own bloody fucking mess!
What do you... Yep. The girl's under my protection. They chose unwisely.
I like you. It's such a pity we're on opposite sides. I would make you my emperor and discard that weak fool. He has already outlived his purpose, if you can call it that. Is the Black Widow wrong to devour its mate the instant it's copulated? It is within the nature of the beast. The endless cycle of life and death, played to a backdrop of a world that could care less. Surrounded by a cold, harsh void that is eternally trying to strangle and crush the very life from a world it considers an intruder. A blemish to be expunged from its cold, eternal darkness.
Yeah, pretty much. You're saying you want to kill the king.
I piss on treason. I could crush Blackwell's skull like a chicken's egg. Do you know who I am? Come now. I know all there is to know about you. It would only be fair to extend the same courtesy. Anything spoken between us will remain exactly that. Blackwell has no jurisdiction here. Let's be civilized. If entities like us can indeed be considered that, there's so much I would like to talk about.
Then talk.
Before I married the Emperor, I was called Morag Ball.
No, you were not. Today. Oh,
I am
my
a
God.
daughter of Cold Harbor. But you know that. That's boring. You want to know why I am here in this ancient seat of lost elven kings? I'm afraid there's no real reason. No divine subterfuge, and certainly no sacrifice to be made so a spurned monster can fulfill its dream to become a living god king. No, that. Sorry to disappoint. No, I exist only to play the game, to divide and conquer, to sow the seeds of discord. Sethius is just one of many in a long line of pathetic hosts that has led me to this palace. Very good. Oh, how we would make such a perfect couple, you and I. Just imagine for one moment, Dragonborn, a daughter of Cold Harbor, Empress of all of Tamriel, no, all of Nirn, with the champion of Boethia by her side. We would fulfill the Elysian prophecy, and I would be the queen of a golden age, and you would be my king. Father would be very proud of me. And I would even give you the daughter of Azura to do with her as you will. I would even make her a duchess to preside over all the counties of Cyrodiil if you wished it. Keep her, let her go, marry her off to Bobby. Or we could adopt her and she could be our princess. We would never age, we would never tire, and preside over Nirn for a millennia.
Sorry, baby. I'm a werewolf.
I understand. I really do. Rigmor is your only concern at this moment. And I must commend both you and her betrothed who unwittingly placed her in a prison cell. With your ham-fisted attempt at courtly subterfuge, it was most laughable. Not forgetting the excellent job you did of guarding and protecting her from exposing her secret, because I would never have guessed otherwise. But of course, Daddy did help me out a little bit, and is such a wealth of information at times like this. But I don't want to keep you from... Well, actually, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I? But you must be tired and could use some sleep if you want to be fresh for the trial tomorrow. I am sure you must be looking forward to that, because I am so excited. Which reminds me, I promised Rigmor I would pop in for a friendly chat. I hope you don't mind. After all, she is the reason we are standing here at all.
Wait.
Come again? Reason for what?
Oh. The reason your head isn't bouncing across the floor, you sick, twisted fucking monster.
Guards! Guards! Escort the Guardian back to his room. The only way out is to play the game, Dragon Slayer. Get it right, and you both go home.
Silence. Court is now in session. The Empire versus the Countess of Bruma. The accusation is of treason on 2 counts. To assess her royal bloodline as a pretender by default, to usurp the imperial throne by subterfuge. I call the prosecution to make their case. Proceed.
The Countess of Bruma is not who she claims to be. She has been harboring a secret. We are here today to fully expose the trail of lies and deceit she has woven, and to prove beyond a doubt her reasons for signing the noble decree did indeed have ulterior motives. That she intended to infiltrate the houses of Cyrodiil to cause dissent, to intrigue and subvert so as to place herself in a position of power to make her claim to the Meade dynasty. A dynasty that has been legally passed on to our great Emperor Ariel Sethius by right of combat. I put it to the jury, the Countess Rigmor of Bruma is a pretender to the Imperial throne, thereby committing treason. And that you should find her guilty, so that she spend the rest of her days banished in exile, and the House of Bruma be dissolved.
This is supposed to be her happy ending.
I call the defense to make their case. Proceed.
The Countess of Bruma is innocent of the charges brought against her, and I put this to the jury, that they think very carefully of the implications a guilty charge would bring. I put it to the jury that they will find before them not a subversive, power-hungry pretender to the imperial throne, but quite the opposite. They will see but a young, vulnerable girl caught up in events not of her choosing that have led her to this day. And they will witness the truth about Rigmor of Bruma, her name, which in itself sounds as if it could be a tragicomedy you would see in a local amphitheater. But there is no comedy in this play. We are here to see today only tragedy. And I implore you to find the accused not guilty and be acquitted, so she can simply return home where she belongs.
Bring in the accused. Silence! Silence! Silence!
Rigmor.
Rigmor, Countess of Bruma. You have been brought here today to hear the charges against you. You are accused of treason. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
The prosecutor may proceed.
Permission to interject, Lord Chancellor?
Go on.
As you can clearly see, the Countess of Bruma, who I shall refer to as Rigmor, is in poor health and is clearly disoriented. Before the prosecutor questions her, I would like to speak to Rigmor directly, only for a moment, as to clarify her position, so that she knows just what actually is going on around her.
Prosecutor.
No objection.
Now, Rigmor, don't be afraid, as today you will be free. No more running away, no more hiding, so I want you to listen carefully. Whatever questions the prosecutor asks, you must tell the truth. You must not hold back. You have nothing to hide or be ashamed of. Tell it as it is. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a good girl. Thank you, Lord Chancellor. Prosecutor, no need to accuse, interrogate, or intimidate. Ask her what you want to know, and she will comply.
The prosecutor may proceed.
Countess! Countess! Rigmor? Are you a direct descendant of Emperor Titus Mede I?
Yes.
How did you acquire the title and deeds to the County of Bruma?
Emperor Titus Mede II bestowed them upon me.
Did you plot to usurp the imperial throne by subterfuge?
No.
Do you admit that by your lineage you are a pretender to the imperial throne by default?
Yes.
I rest
Silence!
my case.
Silence!
The accused is guilty.
Silence! Court Advisor Malasam, you realize that the Countess has, by her admission, brought these proceedings to an abrupt close.
I do. and thanks the gods, but I still have the right to advocate clemency.
Objection!
Objection denied. Continue, Court Advisor Malisam.
Gentlemen of the jury, Lord Chancellor, what you see before you is no usurper, no threat to the imperial throne. Until recently, she was considered a commoner, not even of noble blood. She didn't come to sign the noble decree to cause dissent. She came to sign the decree because she was scared. Her ancestry was a curse, something to be hidden. Why, you might ask? Because it would eventually lead to a day like this. Her ancestry should have been cause for celebration. Ties to a dynasty was something Titus Mede II held dear. He himself bestowed the titles and deeds of the county of Bruma upon her house, and it should therefore be noted in your deliberations. So I ask for clemency, and that she has been able to keep the titles legally awarded her by her former emperor. And I ask you to be merciful, and that she be cared for as befitting a royal princess, Lord Chancellor.
They're gonna exile and then I have to break her out. Ugh. Should always be running still. Shit, she lost.
Silence. The court has come to a verdict. Countess Rigmor of Bruma is found not guilty of the charge to usurp the imperial throne by subterfuge.
But she is a pretender.
Countess Rigmor of Bruma is found guilty of the charge to assert her royal bloodline as a pretender by default, and is sentenced to be exiled to the island of Roskria for 25 years. Silence! 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 As is the unanimous wish of the houses of Cyrodiil, the Countess will retain her noble titles and deeds. The county of Bruma will be administered by her family in her absence. And it is of the express wish of the houses of Cyrodiil that she be cared for as befitting a royal princess. Take her down.
What the fuck, man? 25
It's
years.
the minimum sentence. I knew it was coming. I needed to secure the county for Sigun.
Guardian! Guardian, we must do something.
You've done quite enough.
Guardian! Guardian, we must do something.
It's over, man.
No! No! I won't hear of it. I can't lose her now. I love her. I'll join her on the island. I'll have Father talk to the Emperor. I am not giving up on her. You might want to give up, abandon her, but I will not.
Sir Robert, there's nothing any of us can do.
Rigmor said she will marry me, and she is still the Countess. How can you all just give up? Call yourself a guardian.
Poor boy. Let's hope he doesn't cause trouble for us, shall we?
A few moments later.
Fuck!
I'm sorry, Guardian. I truly am. But it's nothing personal. I hope you can appreciate that. You gotta look out for number one, right? I only wanted Bruma County, nothing more. Rigmor means nothing to me. She never has. Used to get right up my nose. She would just never shut
God
up.
damn it.
The amount of shit I had to listen to. She would just go on and on and on. Did she ever do that with you? Yes, of course. I'm sure she did. And I'll bet you felt the same as me. Yes, she would ramble on, and I would smile and feign interest. When all I really wanted to do was just punch her in that fucking mouth.
How dare
It
you,
took
sir.
everything in me not to stuff her fucking mouth with my fist. She always was a whiny little cunt. I'm sure you'll agree.
Thank you, Bobby. Now go. Tell them the Countess is alive and well, and luckily she had already left for Roskria. We will arrange the wedding as soon as possible. Once you become Count of Bruma, we'll arrange something nice for her. And then you can get yourself a proper wife.
You bitch.
By the way, these labyrinths under the city are ancient, but this one has a particular something special. One of a kind, literally. I do hope you brought a torch with you. You'll need it. But here, take mine just in case. When you do come face to face with death, I would hate for you not to be able to see it coming.
Or does this just go in a circle?
Dova King, come forth into the light. Al-Esh has smiled on me this day. She promised me you would come.
Who are you?
I am Lord Morbalhaza.
So why didn't you attack me?
Because of the prophecy of Al-Esh. Al-Esh is my celestial mother.
What's she waiting for?
She is waiting for me to return to the stars. I am the last of my kind. Once we were many and thrived all over Tamriel. Al-Esh looked down and she was pleased. We lived here in peace and flourished. Many amongst the jewel-encrusted cities of ancient Cyrodiil. Our wings carrying us up high into far-off lands, we were the children of Al-Esh, and like wind, horn gods, we played amongst the stars, and took our place amongst the many people.
That's not what I thought it was going to be.
The hearts of men became dark, and they came to fear us. We were shunned, reduced to the status of beasts and monsters, and we retreated into the dark caves and forest of the land. For thousands of years, we watched their empires rise and fall, the elven kingdoms come and go, mighty dwarven citadels crumble and ruin. But we were the blight of Minimur. We became trophies and sport for the arena, and we were hunted down relentlessly without mercy until we were on the verge of extinction. I, Lord Morbelhaza, gathered the last of us, and we rose up to defend our very existence. But they were too many. All but a few, including the little ones, perished, and they captured and enslaved us. They tore off our wings and imprisoned us in these ancient labyrinths. Our anguished cries sounding the passing of our kind rose up into the heavens. Alash heard our cries and was angry, and she cursed the land. All that sought to reign over it would never find peace until her children were free. Tamriel would plunge into ruin, decadence, and perpetual war, everlasting. Akantosh pleaded that she release the curse, while Morlagbal laughed. Now, I am the last. Alash is calling, and I have been waiting for the coming of a half-beast. One of my kind, to free Lord Morbelhaza and release the curse. And it will signal the beginning of a new golden age, and the arrival of a chosen queen of Tamriel.
What must I do?
Release me from this living hell so that I can return to my celestial realm, to Alash and my
That's
people.
me to kill you, man.
Strike quickly, my brother, then take my heart and place it in the fire, and you will be free to leave this place. Hurry, Alash is waiting.
Good night, sweet prince. You were the greatest man any of us will ever know.